So I may look a bit different since my last video. Welcome if you're new here, or welcome back if you're not new here. Today we'll be doing a studio vlog. I've got a fringe. Okay, I haven't straightened my hair, so it looks a little bit dodgy right now. I've picked out some colours. We've got two poster paints, that's these two. And then we've got some acrylic paints. These ones are colour changing ones. And I've got a paint palette and a round brush. Okay, so the idea is we just put some in the paint palette and then we like mix it together, but not properly mix it. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Try different ways of putting the paint in the palette. So I'm doing like 3 dots, 2 dots, a line. I'm not just squaring it all in the same place, because this will give like a different effect to just putting it all in the same place in the palette. You'll see what I mean in a second. We get his paintbrush and we just wiggle it about, and you can see it creates this like marble effect. And then we've got someone's paintbrush. Okay, and then we just lay it flat and we roll the paintbrush like that. And as you can see, it creates like this fluid art. It's really funky. So I've just got some more on my paintbrush, and then doing the same again, twizzling the paintbrush around. And you can like paint with it as well, like that, and it creates a multi-dimensional piece. Oh, I've just got some on blanket. Hold on, let's scoop it up in a second. So you just do that for like the whole piece, but you don't have to do it for the whole piece. You can like blend out areas. That's really pretty. I haven't created a video in a while, and it's not because I haven't wanted to. This video is actually like 3 videos in one, and I started creating it in June, and obviously it's August now, near the end of August, and yeah, I'm only just like creating this video, posting it, whatever. I'm hoping to post it by the end of August or before the end of August. Yeah, so in this video I've shown you a little bit of fluid art. It's a bit of a chaotic studio vlog. I'll be doing some junk journaling and showing you some hair dye that I've done on myself, and well, that's quite a chaotic video. Normally I just focus on one thing at once. Like I said, I'm trying to make this video more interesting, all my videos from now on more interesting than I previously made. I'm trying to like improve my videos with each one that I do. So I don't normally do a voiceover, or I haven't done a voiceover in a long time. Anyways, back to fluid art. So fluid art is always something that inspires me, because basically the picture creates itself. It's just really easy to do, and it combines different colour schemes and textures and patterns, and oh, I don't know, I just really like fluid art in this kind of way. I call it the zero waste fluid art method, and basically all that means is that there's zero waste. As you can see from the palette, everything gets used, rather than using like cups to pour with, which is really like wasteful. And I'm also not using half as much paint as the would be in cups. The zero waste fluid art technique basically comes from not mixing my paint together correctly. I wanted to experiment, see if I could paint patterns from the paint palette, and I just kind of experimented and come up with this like rolling the paintbrush method. And you can tilt the page and shake it and move it around like you would typically with fluid art. It does still work, but for this particular video I just wanted to show you the rolling the paintbrush method because that produces the nicest combinations basically. Not that the other methods don't work, it's just that I prefer this method personally. It does take a little while, but it's worth it. I like to blend certain areas and it creates like a colour that matches the rest of the colour schemes that you've used. So basically all the colours combined, it creates a complementary shade. The colour varies depending on what you've picked up, but basically it looks nice with the rest of the fluid art that you've done on the page, and it gives the page like a nice break from all like the busyness, and I just think it's a nice contrast. So I'm really liking how it's turned out so far. I think I need to use a different colour scheme, so I'll still use the same colours but in a different order. I might let this dry a little bit first. So here's a close-up of the piece. I need to leave this to dry and then I'll come back to it. I'll probably use a ballpoint pen or something like that, outline some shapes, do some automatic drawing. Time to do my hair. Yeah, my roots are pretty bad at the minute and it's looking blue and a bit green and a bit purple. I'm trying to go back purple, so it's time to bleach it. I'm going to do it off camera, I think. So the bleach is on and I'm just waiting now. I washed my hair now, the bleach is done. I may bleach it again just because it's a little bit yellow and I don't know if it's going to actually turn purple if I put the purple dye on. It's light enough in some areas but not in others, like this fringe, it's a bit too yellow. And the coloured parts that were blue, it didn't lighten that much, but that's fine. It was purple before, so it'll go purple again. So I've bleached it again and it's almost time to wash it off. In fact, I think I'm going to wash it off now, so I'm going to go do that. Is this what it's looking like? Next, I need to do the purple and it should be a good colour now. It should be light enough. It's still a bit yellow, but yeah, I think it should be good. This isn't the best lighting, but there we go. That's better. It's quite bright. Yeah, man. I'm tired and I'm hungry and I've got an Asda order on the way. So that's good. I'll be able to stuff my face soon. And yeah, I've been up since like 5 this morning. I didn't sleep very well last night. Yeah, looking forward to a nap. It's Junk Journal July and I've sort of missed the boat here. But I did want to post and mention junk journaling because it's like a large part of my artistic journey and I've got a huge appreciation for junk journaling. So I've got no makeup on other than lashes and I don't know what I think to it, but like this is what I've got on and I do have a top on. I've just, yeah, it's a strappy top. Anyways, enough of that. Let's get on with showing you my junk journal that I've been working on so far. So this is what I've been working on, this book. It was already pre-made, so it's made with staples and I'll show you what that looks like in a second. I'll show you what that looks like as a plain book. So this is a plain book. As you can see, it's just stapled and I think there's 6 pages. I only used 2 sheets of sketchbook paper and yeah, they were stapled together, cut in half and stapled together, and that's basically how to make a book. For this one, I've used a painted paper to be the front cover and back cover. I just folded it in half and stapled it on. I did that rather than using a sketchbook paper for the first page, as I think there's more pages in this book. Anyway, that was a sneak peek at like the second page. So this is the first page, and there's some sort of alien creature, there's some souls, there's another like alien creature, there's another one with wings or ears, I'm not quite sure, I think the wings though, and there's a portal and some hole punch stars in different sizes, and the background is actually like emotions portrayed through colour, and colours have a positive and a negative meaning, and depends on your mood, depends if it's positive or negative. You can learn a lot through therapeutic art and automatic painting, which is what I'm doing here. It's go with the flow techniques, so not having a specific technique in mind, although I do like the dry brushing technique because I use recycled materials for the background and paint on top and then do the drawing. The recycled materials sometimes give like a starting point, and yeah, that's what happened here with these alien creatures, and I just added some souls because I thought it fit. And yeah, I've used cut out ephemera, so basically like, I draw things like aliens, houses, mushrooms, whatever, and colour them in and cut them out, and they look really cool with the rest of the junk journal style. And I particularly like using these hole punch stars in different sizes, although I prefer the little ones. And we're going to move on to the next piece. So we've got a fairy here in cut out ephemera, and we've got some souls, both green, just different shades of green. This one's got glitter on top, and we've got some more mini stars, we've got some grass here, and we've got a window, we've got another portal, because there's some portals down here, I don't know if I said that, and there's some more grass here, and a universe eye. And that's that piece so far. It's not fully finished, but yeah, that's how far I've got on that one. So I'm yet to do this piece and the rest of the book really, but there's that, and then that, and that's the end of the book. So I've been working on that. So I've also been working on this, which is, oh I just dropped it, is a book, and it's made in the same way, stapled, and I've used a sweetie bag for, I went to a sweet shop in Chester, and yeah, I've used it as a front cover, a back cover, or just cover. That's what I was looking for, the wording. It's just a cover. Anyways, I've used it for the cover, and I've just used a glue stick to make this junk journal. So anyway, I'll show you that in a second. How funky does this front cover look? I don't know if it needs some ephemera on it, maybe, not sure. And so I've just used you know, like advert pages that's junk mail, so like I get booklets through the post, and I've basically just ripped up the pages and glued it in with a glue stick. So that's that one, there's that page, and I've yet to do that page. That'll be done by today. So I'm in my art studio now, which is basically my living room, and yeah, I wanted to show you some junk journals that I've been working on in the past couple of years. So it takes a long while to make these junk journals in the way that I make them, just because if there's like 30 pages in a book, not that the handmade ones have 30 pages, but some pre-made books that I bought, you know, like sketchbooks, yeah, pre-made ones that I bought, I've stuck recycled materials to, and it takes a while for like drying time, and it only takes like half an hour to apply the recycled material to PVA glue, but yeah, it takes a while to dry, and working on like 30 pages, it takes like a month. So it's a lengthy process to finish a book. Sticking's not even like the end part you do. So you pin and then you do the drawing or sticking or final touches such as like glitter glue, and yeah, it can just take a while, the whole process of making a junk journal from scratch, the way I do it. And it's debatable which takes longer, like the handmade ones or not, because the handmade ones are usually like a bit more unique to make. So I've got some example books here. They're all at different stages. Some, like I said, just stapled together. Books that I've created, and some of them are actually pamphlet whole stitch, and I've used fabric for this one, and this one's got a giraffe on it. So this, I think this is a book of like other recycled materials. Yeah, okay, so in the book I showed you previously that had paper recycled materials, but these are just like Amazon packaging, envelopes, stuff like that, stickers from packages, food packaging, stuff like that. So yeah, and then I've used fabric and painted over the top, and had this glitter sticker that I made, and yeah. So yeah, anyway, I had this project of all these like junk journals when I was teaching. So I taught in a school of art, and yeah, I worked on these. How funky are these? So that's just an example page. So I was experimenting, and I showed students some of these books, not all of them, because I've got another project idea in mind coming soon which is related to teaching. In here I've got sticking stage, so I've got like a book full, well a box full, sorry, not a book full, a box full of junk journals, all different sizes. These like are mini ones really, but there is a few big ones in there. When I say big, like A5 is the biggest size, this one's like an A6. So I'm just getting to my next junk journals. Okay, so here I've got some more sticking stage, and there's a few different types of sticking stage. So I've got like a different type of junk journal where it's cardboard pieces with paper recycled materials on top and a paint, and again I've used fabric. This was a pamphlet whole stitch, and this is an empty book ready to be stuck. So I think I need to strengthen the spine with tape, and that'll be good to go. So that's in there. And in here I've got all these junk journals to paint. So I've painted some of them, that's why they're in this box. I was experimenting with glitter paint and gesso, and yeah, this was about 2 years ago that I started most of these junk journals by putting them together. And yeah, I've got quite a lot in progress. I think there's about 30 journals here, maybe more, and it's quite a big box. Just so you can see. There you are. So as you can see, I've got a lot of junk journals in progress, and I haven't really done junk journaling last year. I did a little bit of sticking stage, but I'd done a lot of it the year before that, and I just didn't feel inspired to continue doing the junk journals. I needed a break, man. So I took a break, and yeah. it's now the next year and I don't know, I still haven't really worked on junk journaling that much, but like I want to get back into it. So I've also been working on this book and I'm yet to finish this piece. So I've got a different pen. So I've ordered these Bic Ultra Round Stick Grip ones. They've just got like a rubber part here just to help with comfort. I haven't tried these for junk journaling, but we're just diving straight in. I didn't like the other pen that I used. I can't remember which pen I used, but I didn't like it for this. So I'm going over the lines. I may even go over it in Posca paint pen for some areas, but I just wanted to try this pen and it's working pretty well so far. And over the portals. Define that a bit more. Okay, so that looks a bit better. Hang on, move them stars, and yeah, I think I'm gonna go over with a blue Posca paint pen, just because it's what I've got nearby and I used it on the last page. So I'm gonna go over these portals because they're not looking right. There, loads better. And this portal, and we'll do the window as well. You can't really tell it's a window. Now I'll probably outline that soul again, just because it got a little bit morphed, and I'm going to let that dry. The next page is this one, and then I've got another 2 pages to go. Let that dry and then I'll re-outline in this pen when it's dry. So I'm just going to outline this sole. Yeah, that's close better. Okay, so I'm going to move on to this piece, and I'm just going to outline this shape. I think I used glitter in the paint and gesso to make this. So it's a bit difficult to outline. Ooh. Okay, my tripod fell over then, but I'm just outlining. Okay, so I'll do this eye. And here. His nose. Oh, okay. Okay, so there's some soles that I can outline here. I'm going to go over these in Posca paint pen, but I like outlining in a ballpoint pen. Okay. And then I'm probably going to stick stars, hole punch stars around. Yeah. Okay, so I've got a blue Posca paint pen, and I'm going to outline these soles. I'm outlining this guy as well, just because it looks better, or it will look better. And that's the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.